Welcome to Sports Betting Illuminated, where we play with the house and not against it. I'm your host, Ariel Calista Miller, author of Sports Betting Illuminated, and I am here to find some winners tonight. Hello, DJ Ray. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I've seen you. It is so nice seeing you here this evening. Hello, Ken Leo. Good evening, everyone. I am so excited to find some winners, pick out some amazing games, and even analyze games that you would like to bring into the chat and have me analyze live on air. I'd be happy to do that. So of course, this is a live show. Feel free to drop in any games you would like me to cover. And I have a lot of plays for you tonight. I feel like we have some real good winners in this mix. Thank you so much for dropping the Stay in Touch link. For everyone new here, I have a free daily report email that goes out every single day. You could get to it just by going to arielcalista.com, clicking on the button that says Stay in Touch. And in this day, you get my picks of the day. These are just straight fire, and you get pictures of me every day. Those are also fire. So a lot of good stuff, plus you'll get a little bit of sports news, some fun takes, and really there's just a lot of love to go around. Anytime you write to any of these emails, I'll try to respond to you as soon as possible. And any questions you have, we have a great coaching corner, a great health corner. There's just a little bit of everything in there for everyone. Hey Derek, welcome in. It is so nice seeing all of you tonight. Absolutely. Thank you so much, DJ Ray, for hitting the like button. And I encourage everyone, please hit that thumbs up button. It's free. It's easy to do. It helps boost us up on the algorithm, and that is great. So whatever platform you're watching on, whether it's YouTube or Rumble, or another platform, Twitch, I'm everywhere. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button so we could just keep growing our sports betting community, making it even larger, finding other handicappers and getting their insights as well. I feel like when we all come together with some great plays, that's when we win. But I do have a game. Oh my gosh, look at the time. It's already 7:04. I was getting so excited seeing all of you guys. This game has literally just started, but you can lock in this right now. So let's dive into it. It's TCU versus Texas Tech. This already started, but we're only 5 minutes in. You might be able to lock this in. TCU. This is looking like such a good play. TCU opened up at plus 14.5. Then there was a huge move on the spread, and it moved to plus 12.5. Then there was some pro money starting to come in on TCU. I'm glad you like this one too. This is a really good play. I would say probably one of my top plays tonight. Now, there's a lot of mixed pro money coming in. It's gotten a little more mixed as TCU is sitting at plus 12 right now. So it's moved even further, but I would still say this is a safe bet, and it's one of my favorite. Hey, Super Pro, welcome in. It is so nice seeing you on this Wednesday evening. And I love this play. I feel very confident about this one. I think this is a winner. And if anyone has the live scores, please feel free to just throw it in the chat as this Sports Betting Illuminated stream is coming along, because we like to track our progress in real time, don't we? And I feel like whenever we're live, that's when we always end up doing really well. Like, there's just a little bit of that live stream magic going on. Oh yeah, no bet is ever safe, but I would say this one is one in particular that I like a lot tonight. So you could get TCU right now at plus 12. There's a lot of mixed money. There was a lot of pro money there earlier. So, just seeing how this has developed, it opened up at plus 14.5, moving out, moving back to plus 12.5 and then to plus 12 where it's sitting right now. Still a good play. This started 7 minutes ago, so I think you might be able to still lock this in and find some good value here. But we'll see. You know, I also, you know, sometimes as these games are live, you really might be able to find some spots if you make the proper strategy beforehand too. And, you know, that's what I always tell everyone. If, you know, playing live, you know, doing some live sports betting is very hard because the house has an extraordinarily huge built-in house edge when you're playing live because of the randomness, but also not even to mention just all of the data that they're literally scraping directly off of the players and right off of everything. I mean, quite literally, the sports books are doing this. Well, and like giant computer ecosystems, of course, but you know, if you make the proper strategy before and you really thoroughly analyze the game, sometimes, you know, you might find some good spots while you're live and looking at these games, but you really have to do it cautiously, or else you might just fall into a trap where the house will always just have like such a huge edge. But sometimes there are good spots. Well, now that we got our first play of the day already locked in, this game is already happening, I think we need to sit back and relax and get our minds right to win some wagers. Right, everyone? Gonna just get adjusted real quick. All right, I'm more comfortable now. All right, so I'm sure you want to know about what strain I am smoking today. This is Aurora Rush. Sounds pretty, right? Well, it certainly is. Get some of these buds. Definitely nice, fresh smelling. And this is a really high energy. I'm sure you guys have seen, I've been a little high energy tonight. This is a high energy hybrid. It is a mix of Gelato 41, which really gives you that powerful like body relaxation, but then also Super Silver Haze. So it really has those uplifting, heady effects to it. And you can just really go all day without the crash, without feeling couch locked on this strain. That's one of the things I really like about it. And you know, this is good for deep thinking as well. Late night coding, you know, I've been doing a lot of schoolwork and I just gotta say something for a second, guys. I got another 100 on my big project in my AI ML certification course, my postgraduate class. We have a series of a few big projects and I'm just passing them with flying colors. So let's have a little celebration here tonight, and I think I'm very clearly defeating the myth that cannabis makes you lazy and unmotivated, and that somehow goes hand in hand with people thinking that you're uneducated too. No, I don't think I'd be getting straight A's with all this weed that I smoke if it really did all that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, everyone. Ooh, that is definitely energizing. Oh yeah, I'm so glad that this course is going so well, especially as someone who doesn't have a very strong background in coding. All my classmates have had 25 plus years in coding and computer data and data science, I mean, computer science and data, and maybe the cannabis did get to me a little bit, but you know, I'm just happy that I really am learning and really thoroughly diving into all of the AI and machine learning models and everything that the sportsbooks are using. This is exactly what they're doing when they're creating these models and when they're setting these lines. They're using a whole bunch of different things, whether it's logistic regression models or decision trees or, you know, bagging and boosting methods. I mean, there's so many different things to learn in this whole field of AI that is incredible. And the sports books have so many tools, and with the course that I'm going to be releasing very soon, I mean, guys, this is right around the corner. The sports betting course is going to be easy, but it's so thorough in all of its information. I'm really going to be diving into a lot of this AI stuff in the later lessons, where you'll be able to build your own models and all kinds of things. So that's going to be offered in this course as well. So yeah, just something to, think about as this is coming around the corner. I've talked a little bit about this in my daily emails, but I'm going to be talking about it more, and it's been a lot of work. Like, the first lesson is, just looking at it in a document. First lesson is like 60 pages, so it's detailed and thorough. No, I'm not going to sell out to a sports book or anything and start promoting parlays anytime soon. You guys know that. I'm very true and authentic to what I do, and knowing the tools that the sports books are using, that's only going to make you a better handicapper when you have the same advantages that they do. I mean, of course, they're always going to have a slightly higher edge because they're scraping the data right off of the floor, and you just really can't compete with that. But there's a lot of good data out there also available for people that we could use to create these same models too. So it's very interesting, and yeah, I can't wait to share some more of this with you, especially if you guys like mathematics and statistics and probability. I think all of you are going to find this course very interesting, but also if you're just wanting to learn my method of playing with the house, it's going to be thorough. We're going to have homework, there's going to be quizzes, but it's really, by the end of it, you're really going to learn something, and you're really going to learn the insides of becoming a professional sports handicapper. And truthfully, it's one of those skills that you could use forever. It's very profitable. I mean, just learning the skills, you'll easily make all your money back at the sports book. Keeping it real and informative, you know it. Now let's dive into some plays, because I have some real good winners here. Alrighty, first I want to look at this game. Oh my gosh, it's already 7:15. This started at 7:10. Well, let's look at the Pistons versus the Pacers. I really like the over here. I don't know where it's sitting at right now at this very moment, but this opened up at 228.5. It moved out to 232.5 on level 1 money. So there has been a little bit of significant money behind this line movement, but truthfully, this was a pretty big move for the house in itself. So I like the over here. So I think there'll be a lot of points scored tonight in this game, in the Pistons versus Pacers game. And let's go. I like this. I like this a lot. I like this over. I think I have a really nice mix of overs and unders tonight, so you'll be seeing a little bit of both. Not to give anything away too fast, but you'll see like a nice little mixed bag of both of them. Let's go, Jimmy Vegas. Hey, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by my Sports Betting Illuminated stream and joining me from Twitch too. I never have too many people joining me from over there, so love to see that. Welcome in. You must be from Vegas, right? Now, another play that I really like tonight. Ooh, you're taking Xavier +6. Ooh, let's see. You know what? Let me take a look at that. That wasn't even really on my agenda for today, but Let me see. Oh, Super Fro, you got me on Twitch too. I love this. We are growing on Twitch. I love this. I love when you guys join me from all over on different platforms. And ooh, is it sitting at plus 6.5 right now? I don't know. I don't know how I exactly feel about that game. I don't think it's one that I would necessarily play right now, but I would like to know your angle on it for sure. Because, you know, I love when you guys come through with interesting angles I haven't thought about before. Just looking at the line movement though, not calling my name at this very moment, but this game, the Kings versus 76ers, this game starts very soon, 7:40 p.m. Eastern, so in just a few minutes. And I really like how this total opened up at 224.5. It went out to 228.5, so pretty big movement. And this was not a huge move on a lot of money. This was just Vegas moving this line. It moved out even further. Oh, that's so odd. I wonder why the chat. Is anyone else's chat not working on YouTube? Let me know in the comments. But this line moved out from 228.5 to 229. Level 2 money starts showing up on the over in this game, and then it moved out even further to 231.5 with level 2 money on the over in this Kings Sixers game. I like this over a lot. So this is another over that I have for tonight. I think there will be a lot of points scored here. This should be a fun game to watch as well. And I like the over. So 2 overs so far. I think we're starting off pretty strong here. And yeah, some games have already started. So yeah, dang. I'm sorry to hear that it's glitching for you guys, but I just want to say thanks so much, everyone, for joining me from all these other platforms. It's so much fun. It is a pretty strong play. Sorry, I didn't mean to click that. Yeah, I think this is a pretty strong play because it was such a big move on the total here. Opening up at 224, seeing at 231.5. That was a huge move where both Vegas and the money were agreeing with each other. All right, I love it. No issues on Twitch. So yeah, I think my username is just arielcalista over there. And yeah. Oh yay, now it's working. Yes, even my music thought I was a little high. Not over yet. We still have a lot more to cover. But before we get too far along, I have a great 2-minute drill that I can't wait to show you guys. This is so interesting and informative. I think you guys are going to love it. And stick with me because I have some great plays for you guys coming up after this 2-minute drill. It's a little bit longer this time. It's like 3 minutes, but you'll enjoy it, and it's very informative. And stick with me for some great plays after.
Game theory and sports betting. It sounds complex, right? It's actually quite a strategic approach that could help you align your decisions with those of the sports books, allowing you to play with the house rather than against it. Today, we're diving into how game theory, specifically the Nash equilibrium, will give you the edge that you need at the sportsbook. Now let's start with the basics. Game theory studies decision-making in competitive scenarios, situations where the outcome of your choices depend on what others are doing. This was originally developed for economics, but now it is a powerful tool in sports betting. By analyzing how sports books and bettors interact, you can uncover strategies that optimize your chances of success. Let's begin by examining key schools of thought in game theory for sports betting. One key concept is zero-sum games, which mirrors the adversarial nature of sports betting. Your profit is the sports loss and vice versa. Now, recognizing this dynamic can help you anticipate how sportsbooks might react, and you can position yourself accordingly. Then there's mixed strategy equilibria. Sportsbooks don't rely on a single pure strategy. They balance their options using mixed strategies to set lines and distribute money evenly. By understanding this, you can adapt and exploit the inefficiency in the lines that they set. And don't overlook behavioral game theory. Public betting trends are often influenced by emotions and not logic. This creates opportunities for sharp bettors to capitalize on irrational market behaviors, things like overreactions to news or hype. But the real game changer here, the Nash equilibrium. This represents a stable state where no one benefits from changing their strategy. For example, a football game line might open up at -3 and shift to -4 as bets come in. If the betting volume balances there, the market has reached equilibrium. And at that point, sportsbooks and bettors are in sync. Neither has a strong incentive to move. By understanding these principles, you can make more disciplined wagering decisions. You'll start to see where sportsbooks are taking a firm stance versus where they're just balancing the money. And that is where you'll align your strategy to play with the house and not against it. In the next lesson, I'll break down how Nash equilibrium and game theory work together to create the perfect wagering strategy. Trust me, this is the foundation of playing smart and playing to win. If you're ready to take your betting strategy to the next level and see why this proven approach delivers the kind of returns that most people can only dream of, hit that subscribe button. I'm happy to share how that works. And there's no hype here, just proven results.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. And oh yeah, I love breaking out the math for you guys, showing you really what game theory looks like in a mathematical sense. But of course, like, it's a lot more complex, especially when you start looking at things like the mixed strategy, equilibrium, and all of that. But it's interesting to learn. And, you know, this course, this sports betting course, is really going to dive into all of that a lot more and way more thoroughly, of course. So I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thanks so much, everyone. Now let's dive into some more plays of the day. Now I do want to talk about, I agree, John Nash was a genius, truly a genius, and I would love you know, I've watched It's a Beautiful Mind a lot of times, probably more than most people on average like watch movies, but it's a really good movie, and I wish that there would be a part 2 or a continuation and really just capture the rest of John Nash's life, because he did some amazing, brilliant things, and I don't feel like all of it was quite captured in that movie. But I think someday somebody really could make a second part, probably, you know, to really build upon the first and truly capture the whole essence of his life. So yeah, that's me rambling a little bit. That's important to me. Well, it's hard to argue with that. Maybe I'll play John Nash, and that'll be a great movie. No, just kidding. Man. But seriously, right? If only he met me. Alright, well, let's talk about another game that I'm looking at. This starts at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and that is the Mavericks versus the Pelicans. And right now, I am looking. I know you guys know me from the old shows, Smoke the Spread. You guys know how we'd always joke about the Pelicans and the name of that team, but right now I like the Pelicans money line. It opened up at plus 115. I'm glad you like that idea. Part 2. Let's make that happen. I think if we got enough people behind this Sports Betting Illuminated team, we could all make this happen. Because I think the interest is out there. So the Pelicans opened up at plus 115. They moved to even money, and now they're sitting at minus 110. But there's a lot of mixed pro money coming in on a Pelicans money line right now. Best name in sports, for sure. Oh, yeah, let me go over those. So yeah, right now I like the Pelicans money line. There's a lot of pro money here. It's sitting at minus 110 right now, but this is completely moved in the right direction, and the pro money is here as well. So let's go. I like that. And my overplays, I was taking the Pistons, Pacers to go over. That already started. And I also took the Kings versus 76ers to go over. So those are my overplays and the Pelicans money line. I did take another play earlier, which was TCU, but that's already started, so it's a little too late for that. I don't know what the current score is, but earlier I liked it and I was able to get it in right away. These shows always start on time, so make sure to tune in because I always have some early plays. Glad you like that play. That Kings 76ers over was very solid. That was honestly one of the biggest, like, on the scale of like big moves on totals, that was pretty huge. Going from 224.5 to 231.5. Level 2 money too. So pro money and Vegas moving in the right direction, moving together. I love to see that happen. Now, I wanted to dive into a little bit of cannabis talk with you guys. I'm going to take another hit to keep getting my mind right throughout this show. And I wanted to talk a little bit about Super Bowl Sunday. Who is excited about Super Bowl? I bet everyone here is. Oh, do I like the Denver Nuggets? You know what? They were not on my radar today, but let me just look at some of the current numbers here. This looks like it's starting in a minute. So, sitting at plus 2.5 right now. The money is very mixed. Just saying. Okay, so it went from plus 3.5 to plus 2.5. I would say it's starting to move in the right direction for sure. It's moving not really on any money, so this does look like a Vegas move, and it did move by a point. I would say this is kind of your call. To me, this would be a little bit more of an action play, but I could definitely see where this is starting to develop. I would like to see some money on it, but at the same time, Vegas is moving this totally unprompted. So my methodology is always to play with the house. But yeah, it is, a good action play for sure. So I like that. Good job, Victor. So my Super Bowl pick, I'm watching these lines. Everything is so tight right now to the number, and as a professional gambler, I could enjoy watching a game. I could enjoy rooting for a team. But at the end of the day, when I go to place a bet, I'm going to make sure that all of that has really nothing to do with like what I'm doing when I place a bet. I'm putting my money down in a strategic way to make a profit on it, to win. That's what I'm doing when I'm gambling. So, while it's exciting, I'm in Philadelphia, everyone is rooting for the Eagles, and it's nice to see all the excitement around me, and I love partaking and being a part of this. Personally, it's one of the toughest gambling days of the year. I mean, if you're a professional gambler, there are so many other good plays that day that you're still going to make money on, that you can actually win, that aren't the Super Bowl. So, seriously. Wait, what? Why did a referee scare you? I'd like to know more about this. But really, where I was going with the Super Bowl and why I wanted to mention it is we know the Super Bowl is a big drinking holiday. In fact, almost everyone is consuming beer. A lot of people out there are consuming harder alcohol. And of course, when we're watching the Super Bowl, we all are so familiar with the famous and infamous commercials promoting alcohol out there. And truthfully, it's a staple of the Super Bowl. How many people are drinking and having a good time. But what about cannabis? You don't see cannabis in Super Bowl ads. You don't really see people talking about cannabis. It's still very stigmatized in social settings, whereas alcohol isn't. And personally, I think this needs to change, honestly. You know, hopefully they're like me, you know, they can put all their feelings. That's what I really hope when it comes to referees. And, you know, like, I think in all professional sports, you know, you need to, especially in a position of leadership, like a referee, you need to be able to put your feelings aside and, you know, use logic and your best judgment at the time. Put aside all of your emotional biases. You know, I see the Eagles everywhere. I love rooting for them, but at the same time, I'm not going to put my hard-earned money down on something that I don't feel confident that I can win. And it's just plain and simple as that. And the lines are tight, and they're tighter than ever this year. And Vegas is holding these lines really tight. But you know, cannabis is still so stigmatized when it comes to the Super Bowl, and I just don't really think this is right. When it comes to social norms, Super Bowl is a family-friendly event, but everyone is drinking, and you know, of course there's food as well, but there's so much alcohol around everywhere. People are promoting it on TV. But truthfully, alcohol, just remember this year, as you're celebrating with your friends and family, alcohol is a depressant. So as the game is going on, the way that alcohol is interacting with your body, it's going to make you more emotional and, you know, yell at the TV and feel all the wins and the losses definitely more thoroughly. You know, it might also create some fatigue as well, where you feel tired, some impaired judgment. So you might not be making the best bets with your judgment, because alcohol truly will impair you, and you might think, oh, this looks like a great bet, this can't lose right now, but you could be totally impaired and not realize it. So with all of these things that could happen, including aggression, including the next day hangovers, just remember, as you're drinking this year at the Super Bowl, there's so many side effects, and cannabis, on the other hand, truly offers a different experience. It really enhances your sensory perception, so you might really get more into the halftime show, I don't know, but you're not going to have a hangover. But of course, you know, with high doses, some kind of anxiety could sometimes start creeping in, but it also, you know, it's really just not accepted in our society like we accept alcohol and beer. And I think we need to start, like, really thoroughly re-examining this and wondering, you know, is this, which is really, you know, has adults in our society, shouldn't we be able to consume both in a friendly way? That's all I'm trying to say. Something to think about. And as for the referees, I really hope that, you know, they could all put their biases and everything aside, you know, similar to how I do, and just be focused in the moment and do the best job that you can do. That's truly it. I hope they all can do that. So that's how I feel about Super Bowl. And yeah, right now I don't have a bet on the game, but it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch, and I'm probably gonna make a lot of good food. And you know what? I'm gonna crack open a beer as well, and I'm also gonna smoke some weed because that's what I like to do. So I'm gonna have a great Super Bowl Sunday. Now let's discuss two final games that I want to cover with you. Both of these are starting at 8:00 p.m. Eastern, so really just in like 20 minutes from now. So you might want to lock these in. First, I'm looking at Oral Roberts versus St. Thomas in Minnesota. Now, this is a game where it opened up at 157.5, but it moved down to 156.5. Even though this was not a huge move, there's still some spots holding it even at 157.5. So you could still line shop around, probably get this at 157.5 in some spots. But I like how the money is developing on the under. There's level 5 money developing on the under here, and I like to see that happen. So I really like the under here, and I think this is going to start moving pretty quickly. Yeah, I'm taking the under. So I got it at 157.5, line shop around, it's at 156.5 in some spots. Some of these games have been like really tight to the line, but we've been winning a lot more than we've been losing, you know, like by half a point and things like that. So I'm taking the under. I'm going with all of this sharp level 5 money, taking the under here in this Oral Roberts St. Thomas game. And finally, my last play of the day, I'm looking at Oklahoma State versus Kansas State. Now this is another under that I like. It opened up at 144.5, still sitting at 143 in some spots, so line shop around a little bit, but this also moved pretty decently to 142.5, and there's level 5 money on the under here, so a lot of money is on the under, and I like seeing that. You know, it was pretty unusual seeing all of this money on the under, but seeing how the house has moved with the money, I like this play a lot. And those are all of my plays for today. I literally covered all of them with you guys, and some of them have started already, so I won't go over those, but I will go over the ones that you can lock in right now. And that is the Kings versus Sixers. I took the over there. I took the Pelicans money line that is coming up in just a few minutes. And finally, I took the under in Oral Roberts versus St. Thomas, and I took another under in Oklahoma State versus Kansas State. So yeah, those are all of my plays that you could still grab right now. These games haven't started yet. Well, one of them is starting right now, so lock it in. And good luck tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for the Sports Betting Illuminated live stream. I had so much fun. I am going to have another bong rip before I get off the air because the Super Bowl, you know, I'm going to be enjoying a little bit of everything and really just having a good time. And sometimes you don't have to place a bet. Sometimes you could just enjoy the game. Good luck, everyone. I feel like we are going to have some winners tonight. One more rip. Okay. You don't have to say it twice. $234. It's already at $234. Oh yeah, try to live bet it. You know, you might be able to find a spot where you can live bet it. I would say that's a little too high right now at the moment. I know this is just starting. I think people are starting to pile on over. So line shop around a little bit, but sometimes live betting, like now that you see, like, we created the strategy beforehand, and now like we could really attack the live betting and, you know, find a nice play in there. Hopefully. Thank you so much, DJ Ray, for linking the stay in touch button. That is where you go to sign up for my free daily emails, where I analyze all of the games of interest that day. I highlight, you know, my leans versus my plays immediately, highlight some sports news in a funny and creative way, not the same regurgitated stuff that you see all over the internet, but actually unique and fun takes by moi, and my plays of the day. Plus you also see pics of me every single day just by going to arielcalista.com, clicking the button that says stay in touch, and easy peasy, that is it. You are signed up for my free daily emails. Super easy to join, they are free, they go out every single day, and of course you could reply to them anytime, ask me anything you want, and I'll reply back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining this live stream. I had so much fun with all of you, and I can't wait to see you bright and early Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern for my next Sports Betting Illuminated live stream. We're going to have even more plays then, maybe some props too, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so much, everyone. Good luck tonight, and have a wonderful winning evening.